Hello everyone, that manga kid here to give my first impressions on volume 1 of Blood on the Tracks by Shuzo Oshimi. This is a new Verticle release, really pretty, glossy cover. Um, if you've watched any of my videos, you probably know that I love Shuzo Oshimi, one of my favorite, if not my favorite mangaka. And Blood on the Tracks is probably, Happiness is dark, but I think that Blood on the Tracks is darker because it doesn't, like, Happiness deals with vampires, so you go into that going, yes, of course it's going to be dark and creepy. This one deals with just very clear kind of abuse and mental illness. Um, it is about a mother and her son. This is a baby picture, but Sei is 13 in the story, and this takes place in 1994. 1994, I think it was. Maybe it's 95. There's a baby picture in the back. Um, yeah, so he was born in 1981. Yeah, so 1984, or sorry, 1994 is when this story is taking place. And it's in this first volume, you're really just seeing Sei kind of existing as a 13-year-old. He's going to school, he's at home, whatever. But you're noticing that his mother is a little bit clingy. She's a bit too touchy-feely. Like she's constantly hugging him, kissing him on the cheek, being a little bit too, like, just too clingy. And her sort of demeanor is like she'll ask him, "Oh, your cousin's coming over. You didn't have plans, did you?" And he goes, "Well, I did, but I can cancel them." And she goes, "Oh, sorry." But you know that, like, she's not asking him, "Can you cancel your plans?" She's asking, "Oh, did you have plans? 'Cause you don't anymore." But she's doing it in that manipulative way that makes it seem like he's deciding to cancel his plans, not she's telling him cancel your plans. And there is a situation at the end of this volume that is not good. The series takes a very dark turn, and I'm interested to see where it goes from here. But this first volume is really just setting up this very eerie sort of relationship, very slow burn. This one is not a fast-paced series at all, but that being said, this horrific thing happens right at the end of volume 1. So yeah, and Shuzo Oshimi does not have a lot of dialogue in his stories, so it's a very fast read in that sense because it's a lot of just artwork, which is lovely. But yeah, this one is just unnerving, and it's got a sinister kind of undertone, but you can't really put your finger on it, and you're just kind of like, well, maybe it's not that bad, and then it is that bad. And um I think that this is one that if you were very sensitive to abusive parents or just abusive relationships in general, be very careful. Because this is, like, I know people who have mothers like this. Not necessarily to the exact extreme that this series goes, and I'm sure will go, but that behavior, that mental illness that this woman is dealing with, I have seen this in real people, and I have seen it affect children, and it's unnerving, and it's creepy, and it's very scary because this is something that's real. This is not vampires and ghosts and werewolves and whatever. This is a real, thing that people go through. And Shuzo Oshimi does a really good job at portraying these human emotions that in an artistic way that really shows and shows you what these characters are feeling, and shows you in a way that is very, like, it has a very visceral reaction in you, because the art, like, distorts, and it really creeps you out, and you're like, this is how I feel I feel like I'm there. I feel like I know these people, and I know that this is what I would be feeling if I was in that situation. Yeah, it's one to enter with caution, I think, if you know that you're sensitive to certain things, but definitely one I recommend. I Shuzo Oshimi is very good at telling stories through his art, and it's it seems like it is going to be quite a story. I had heard about this one when he first started um, writing it, and I was very concerned because I knew this was going to be very dark. I was concerned we wouldn't ever get it in English, so I'm quite happy that we are. Um, but yeah, there's some color, not glossy, which I love, the matte finish color pages at the beginning. Um, there's quite a few color pages at the beginning. And then, yeah, it's just interesting because you get to see this kid who doesn't really know, like, he kind of knows subconsciously, but he doesn't really know or acknowledge that his mother is too invested in his life, until other people are mentioning it, and he's getting overprotective of her. And it's one of those things of where children who are in households that are, abusive in whatever way, that they don't really, sometimes they don't know that that's the case yet, until the outside world kind of shows them that what they know is wrong. And yeah, it's heartbreaking. It really is. This story is going to be absolutely heartbreaking. Um, but I'm interested to see where it goes, and hopefully, um, if this interested you at all, then you will go and pick this up, because I think it's going to be a bit of a wild ride. So yeah, if you've read Blood on the Tracks, let me know your thoughts. Um, or if you've read this volume of it, and yeah, I recommend picking it up, as long as you know kind of what you're getting into. Um, yeah, thanks for watching.